Hello students, this is Dr. Soundarya here. I'm here to explain you 17 Series 61 Construction Management and Entrepreneurships module number 3. The topic for today's discussion is a very interesting topic. It's ethics, values and morals. Now let us move on to the video. This video focuses on ethics, morals and values. Values, morals and ethics, all of these provide behavioral rules. Then what are the differences between these three terms? The understanding of this difference is very important. For this understanding, let us take an example from the Mahabharata. You all know a war was fought between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Arjuna faced a peculiar problem. Arjuna had to fight the Kauravas, but Kauravas had Bhishma. Bhishma was actually Arjuna's grandfather, but especially for Arjun, he was like a father figure. It also had their respected teacher, their guru. Arjun's moral says that he shouldn't be fighting against his father-like figure and teacher. So these are morals. But Dharma says the truth should prevail for the greater good. So this is nothing but ethics. Let us now analyze this situation. Who told Arjun that fighting against his kin is wrong? The society and the scriptures had told this. So these are nothing but morals which are guided by society and the scriptures. Why Kshatriya Dharma says he should fight? It is because if Kauravas rule the kingdom, people won't be happy. As Krishna is the god, he knows this. Hence for Dharma's sake, he should fight. So ethics is the choice made based on moral principles for the greater good. Can we say basically Arjun was a good person, but his idea of ethics was wrong? Yes. What made us see Arjun as a good person on the first place? He respects his elders and he respects his teacher, and above all he was ready to let the Kauravas be the king for this reason. Can you now tell me what were the values Arjun possessed? From the analysis, we can understand that he respected his elders, he respected his teachers. For the above two, he was ready to leave his throne to the Kauravas, which is nothing but sacrifice. So the three values of Arjuna are respect to elders, respect to teacher and sacrifice. From this example, we can understand that ethics is the ultimate standard, the choices which we make for the greater good. The actions we choose here must lead to a greater cause. Morals are shaped by the society and scriptures and sometimes even religion. Values, what an individual possesses irrespective of society, scripture and religion. But yes, it is very often influenced by these three. Now comes a strange question. Can morals be bad? Morals can be good or bad because it is driven by the society and religion. For an example, let us take the case of eating pork. This is considered immoral in one religion, whereas followers of another religion may term it as perfectly fine as the scriptures don't call it immoral. Let us try to understand values. Example, consider a religion that doesn't call eating pork as wrong. And there are two persons in this religion. Person 1 says he doesn't want to eat pork because he doesn't want to kill innocent animals. But person 2 says religion doesn't prohibit, hence I will have. Here the values of these two persons are different. Person 1's value is eating innocent animals is wrong. Person 2's value is he will eat it because killing should be fine if it's not prohibited in the religion. Now we can say they both are morally right because the religion doesn't prohibit killing or eating pork, but their values differ. Let's try to understand these three terms in the exam point of view. Ethics. Ethics are principles or rules adopted by a group of people like professional ethics, medical ethics, engineering ethics and war ethics. The choice of doing things for the greater good and the actions are done based on morals. If you accuse someone of being unethical, it is like calling them unprofessional. But if you call them immoral, that will be like an insult. Dictionary.com defines ethics as The rules or standards governing the conduct of a person or the members of a profession. Significance of ethics. Ethics correspond to basic human needs. Hence, ethical needs makes the companies ethically oriented. Ethics set moral standards or norms of behavior. Ethics suggests moral behavior. Ethical behavior creates credibility and image for the companies. It helps in improving employee morale, helps in better decision making. It improves overall profit of the company, and ethical behavior takes care of society and environment more than the laws can do it in any workplace. Understand the differences between the values, morals, and ethics of the other person initially. If there is a conflict between these, then the other person has probably done something wrong in what they have done, and you may have to carefully use these as a lever. Instead of arguing and fighting, this is what one must be doing in a workplace. Beware of transgressing the other person's morals, as this is particularly how they will judge you. Talking about professional ethics puts you on a high moral platform and encourages the other person to either join you or look up to you. Work ethics promotes teamwork. It avoids criminal acts. It promotes a strong public image. It legitimizes managerial actions and reduces bias of management on the employees. During turbulent times, also, employees will be inherently compelled to follow ethical practice. What is professional ethics? It is a set of standards adopted by a set of professionals who are capable of making judgments by applying their skills and reaching informed decisions in situations that the general public cannot because they have not attained the necessary knowledge and skills. One of the earliest examples of professional ethics is the Hippocratic Oath to which doctors still adhere to this day. The components involved are honesty, integrity, transparency, accountability, confidentiality, objectivity, respect, obedience to law, and loyalty. Characteristics of professional ethics. It is based on principles and norms which any professional must follow. It speaks about managing values and conflicts among professionals. Most ethical dilemmas are solved using these principles considering for the greater good. It helps different types of people holding different values to work as a team. Profit maximization can be achieved. What is engineering ethics? Engineering ethics is the field of system of moral principles that apply to the practice of engineering. The field examines and sets the obligations by engineers to society, to their clients, and to the profession. The scope of engineering ethics. Scope means what all engineering ethics cover. Engineering is seen as a social experiment. Engineers are responsible for safety. Roles of engineers, managements, and consultants. Rights of engineers. Moral reasoning and ethical theories. Responsibility to employers and global issues and concerns are all covered in the engineering ethics. Morals. We have already seen the Arjun's example and we understood what is morals. Morals are guided by the scriptures and the society. It is something more important to the values which every person holds. So moral has a greater social element to values and tends to have a very broad acceptance. We thus judge others more strongly on morals than values. A person can be described as immoral, yet there is no word for them not following values. Dictionary.com defines moral as motivation based on ideas of right and wrong. Understanding the difference between ethics and morals is very important because most often these two terms are used interchangeably, which is not right. The word ethics has its roots from the Greek word ethos, meaning custom or practice. Morals, this word's roots is from Latin word which means habit and way of life. Ethics says how things should work according to a rule for the greater good. Moral says how it should work based on society and scriptures. Ethics refers to professional behavior, whereas morals refers to personal behavior. Ethics refers to examination, justification, and critical analysis because whatever decision comes out of doing this should be for the greater good. Morals refers to values and beliefs about good and bad. Ethics, for this, trust is on influence of education, training through codes, guidelines, and corrections. In morals, trust is on judgment and punishment in the name of God or by laws. Ethics is generally uniform, but morals may vary from society to society and culture to culture. So now we can understand that morals is like a transport mechanism to reach ethics. To understand values concepts more, we can now take the story of Sam and Zoe. Sam wants money, he also wants a pay rise. But what he loves is working in an NGO for transgender. He thinks peace is something very important. He gains peace by doing what he likes. Working in an NGO for transgender gives him peace. Now let's take Zoe. Zoe also wants money and also wants a pay rise. But what he finds is right conduct. That is, he does duty even during nights and weekends. And he holds peace at a higher position. That is, he gains peace by thinking that his hard work will be rewarded. So the four new terms that we have seen here is love, peace, right conduct, and peace again. So do you say Sam is wrong or Zoe is wrong? No, Sam is right in his own place and Zoe is right in his own place. But whom do you think is going to get the pay rise and who is going to get extra income by doing all his work properly? Maybe Zoe. Sam may have to wait because he doesn't do extra duty and all. So from this example, we can understand values are nothing but what every individual person holds high inside his heart. Like Sam holds love and peace, whereas Zoe holds right conduct and peace in the highest position in his heart. The core human values. These are truth, peace, right conduct, love, and non-violence. Now let us try to understand these core human values individually. Truth. Speaking truth is the vital step in the formation of a strong character. It helps us in making a healthy society, and untruthfulness destroys peace. It also corrupts the mind and pollutes the society. So there are few values which are related to this main core value called truth. They are accuracy, curiosity, fairness, fearlessness, honesty, integrity, intuition, justice, optimism, purity, quest of knowledge, reason, self-analysis, sincerity, trust and determination. The second core human value is love. It is the spontaneous reaction of the heart. It's a positive force which an individual transmits and receives. Love teaches one to forgive. It grows with sharing. It is unconditional. So, there are few values which are related to this core human value called love. It is acceptance, affection, care, compassion, consideration, dedication, devotion, empathy, forbearance, forgiveness, friendship, generosity, selflessness, service, sharing, sympathy, thoughtfulness, tolerance, and trust. The third core human value is peace. It is inherent in all of us. The way to access is learning to control our mind. Stress and anxiety dampens our peace. Hence, one should be cool under difficult situations. Values related to peace are attention, calmness, concentration, contentment, dignity, discipline, equality, faithfulness, focus, gratitude, happiness, harmony, humility, inner silence, optimism, patience, reflection, satisfaction, self-acceptance, self-confidence, self-control, self-discipline, self-esteem, self-respect, sense of control, tolerance, and understanding. Right conduct, that is the fourth core human value. Right conduct is nothing but truth in action, which is otherwise termed as right conduct. So the values related to right conduct are self-help skills, social skills, ethical skills. So in self-help skills, we can see care of possessions, diet, hygiene and modesty. In social skills, we can say good behavior, helpfulness and no wastage. In ethical skills, we can talk about code of conduct, courage, dependability, duty, efficiency, initiative, punctuality, resourcefulness, respect for all, and responsibility. The fifth core human value is non-violence. It is universal love. A person who causes very little or no harm to plants, animals, and to his fellow beings shows that his personality is well integrated and well balanced. So there are few values related to non-violence and they are divided into psychological and social. The psychological values are benevolence, compassion, concern for others, consideration, forbearance, forgiveness, manners, harmlessness, loyalty, morality, and universal love. The social values are appreciations of other cultures and religion, brotherhood, care of environment, citizenship, equality, harmlessness, national awareness, perseverance, respect for property, and social justice. Now we've understood the core human values. But values in general are divided into two broad categories, the terminal values and the instrumental values. Terminal values are those values which a person wishes to have in his entire lifetime. And instrumental values are those values which will make them go towards their terminal values. For example, integrity, self-respect, modesty, patience, creativity, sacrifice, gentleness, harmlessness, purity of heart, truth, honesty, and patience. These are all the instrumental values. Let us now look into the story of Amy and Mia. Both of them wants money and a pay raise. But as their company is a startup company, the employer cannot afford to give a pay raise. But the employer is a good person. One day, both of them gets a phone call with an offer from Mr. X, who is the owner of the competitor company of their employer. The offer is for a few lakhs of rupees for one important document from their company, and both Amy and Mia are in need of that money. Amy values truth at the utmost significance. Therefore, she decides to be loyal to her employer. Whereas Mia holds greed at the utmost position. Hence, she decides to accept the offer and give those documents to Mr. X for the money that she is going to receive. Now comes the most important question. Can values be negative? From the above example, we can say Amy's value was truth and Mia's value was greed. What is value? Whatever a person weighs in the highest position inside their heart. So we can say negative values are also there. So what are the examples? Impatience, greed, blind faith, irrational, arrogance, cunningness, and narrow-mindedness. So from this graph, we can understand a person's energy starts reducing when the negative value starts increasing. So we can say negative values create disturbance in our lives. It leads to destruction of peace of mind, and also we can safely say that it leads us to wrong paths. Till now, we have understood the 5 core human values and the 2 broad categories in which values are divided. Now comes something very important, which are the universal values, which every person must be holding it in their heart. They are responsibility, commitment, integrity, and patriotism. I hope my examples and stories would have taught you the differences between ethics, morals, and values. Thank you for watching the video.